Now we're going to solve a question again on two pointer on arrays. The next question is remove element. Let's try to solve this question. Remove element. The question says given an integer array nums and an integer val, remove all occurrence of val in nums in place. The order of the element may be changed, then return the number of element in nums which are not equal to val. Okay, let's see the example. We have an array 3 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3 and the value 3. What do we need to return? We need to return the number of elements which are not equal to 3. You can see here 2. Okay, it is not equals to 3. Then the next two, this is as well not equals to 3. There are two elements which is not equals to 3. So what is our answer? 2. Now we have value 2 except this 2 and this one, all elements are different. So let's count 1 2 3 4 5. We are getting output as 5. If you think a bit hard, the question is approximately same as we have done the previous one, which is remove duplicate from sorted array. There we are removing the duplicate elements. Here we are removing the elements which is equals to well. So let me tell you how it is same or approximately same as like previous one. Let's say we have an array. uh let's name this as nums only. Nums. Now this array contains 3 comma 2 comma 2 3. Now this is an array and we have a value well which is equals to 3. These are value which we need to remove from this nums and return. What we are going to do? Let's say create an index. Let's will initialize a variable index from the 0th index. Let's call it as ind, which is starting from the 0th index only. Now simple thing, we will iterate this array from the 0th element till the very last one. For that we need to write a for loop. Let's write a for loop. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now simple thing, what we need to do? We need to check if nums of I, that means 3, if it is not equals to well, which is the value, in that case we're going to store this nums in the index. What we're going to store? That nums of I, that array. Oh shit. Okay, and we will increment this index. Okay, so how this comes? Now let me show you. We have an array, we are iterating this array. So currently the question says nums of I. So currently we are at 0th index. The I is at the 0th index. We have 3. We will compare it. Not equal to, not equal to well. So well is 3. Now after comparing, is it correct 3 is not equal to 3? No. So this is not the case. Our index will remain 0 only. Now let's move I from 3 to 2. Okay, now this is not 3. We have 2 is not equals to, okay, sorry, I think I need an, okay, 2 is not equal to 3. Okay, is it following this criteria? Yes. So what we will going to do, nums of index equal to nums of I. Now we will store this 2 at nums of index. Now we have 2 here, and we will increment this index from 0 it becomes 1. Now again we will move this I from here to now we have 2. Let's again compare this. We have nums of I as 2 and the value as 3. Is it not equals? Yes, it is following the criteria. 2 is not equals to 3. In that case, we will store this nums of I in nums of index. That means again we will store this 2 here and we will increment our index. Index is 1. Now it becomes 2. Great. Again, let's move this I from here to here. Now it becomes 3. Again, let's compare here. We have nums of I as 3, value as 3. Is it following this not equal to criteria? No. Is it following this not equal to criteria? What's that? Okay. Is it following this criteria? No, it is not following this criteria. That means now we have completed the loop. Our index will become 2. Our answer is 2. Great. Let's check if we got the correct answer. Here for this question we have 2 as the output and the nums, which is 2 comma 2. Now let's try to code this. How to code this? First we will store the length of this array in a variable n, nums dot length. Now let's create an integer index. Let's call this index. We are starting this from the 0th index. Now let's iterate the loop from the 0th index till the very last index. Now let's check if our nums of I is it, if it is not equals to value, in that case we're going to store it. We're going to store nums of I in nums of index and we're going to increment our index. What do we need to return? We do it to return the index. Return index. Let's try to run this code. Great. Let's submit the code. Submitted. Now again, the most important thing, what is the time complexity? You can see here we are iterating the loop from the 0th index till the very last index, which is n. There are number of elements, there are n elements. Just because of this our time complexity becomes big O of n. And now what's the space complexity? You can see here, are we using any extra array other than the question which we have given by default? No, we are not using. We are using this nums only. That's why the space complexity becomes constant, which is big O of 1. That's why the time complexity is big O of n and space complexity is big O of 1, which is pretty good time complexity and space complexity. Thank you.